Changes have to happen, and they have to happen quick. Welcome in, everybody, to another episode of Chicago Cubs Central. This is your number one spot for all things Chicago Cubs. I'm your host, Mike Jones. Appreciate you guys so much for tuning in to another episode. Thank you all. The Chicago Cubs did lose again to the Cincinnati Reds, 2 in a row, dropped the series to the Reds. A very winnable series, very unfortunate. Shota Imanaga pitched his ass off 6 innings, six and 1/3 innings of one-run baseball is what he pitched. Like I said, he just was not able to go the distance, unfortunately, but he looked more like Shota in this game. The Chicago Cubs offense still looked as horrendous as it has looked, and at the front line of that horrendous offense is DHing in Tuesday's game, Kyle Tucker. Kyle Tucker needs to sit. He needs to sit. If he's not healthy, he needs to sit. It is killing this offense. Like I said, teams were afraid of him. Now they are not. They are not even flinching at Kyle Tucker. They are literally striking him out. I've never seen so many careless strikeouts from somebody that's supposed to be a superstar, somebody that could potentially command $500 million at the beginning of the season. Teams thought he might get that much. Kyle Tucker will be lucky if he gets around 300 the way he is playing right now. Again, I don't really know what's going on. I can't really tell you what's going on with Kyle Tucker. It's really, really, really unfortunate. And yeah, man, the Cubs have to figure out what's going on with Kyle Tucker. The team as a whole is literally just in an offensive slump right now, and it's so unfortunate because they have been trying their hardest. Showed it, like I said, he pitched well. And then Andrew Kittredge came in and gave up 4 runs. The offense only had 4 hits in the game alone, and the team was 0 for 6 with runners in scoring position. I really don't know what else to tell you from that. I would like to say this quote though. Theo Epstein often preached never to take a championship chance for granted. But it honestly feels like the Chicago Cubs have done just that. Jed Hoyer did just that in this trade deadline. I just think that the Cubs have just seemed way too comfortable, way too relaxed, way too just well, we'll be a postseason team one way or another, versus really going all out for it and trying to win a championship. Teams that we thought were out of it, like the Padres and things like that, literally went and did moves like going to trade for Mason Miller and doing what they had to do in order to fortify this team, fortify this roster, and make their rosters more have more firepower and be more ready for the postseason. Whereas the Chicago Cubs just did not do that. We did not do that. So within the span of a week since the trade deadline, almost, one pitcher that we traded for is on the injured list. The other pitcher we traded for just gave up 4 runs and lost the game for us. So the Chicago Cubs trade deadline, I mean, Jed Hoyer, you get 5 stars for that trade deadline. He screwed us over so big. And like I said, he took a gamble on trades that did not make this team better. And again, his gambles have not paid off. Point blank period. His gambles have not paid off. And he right now is looking like the biggest idiot, and we are looking like the biggest loser. That's right. We are looking like the biggest losers because we did not do what we needed to do at the trade deadline. We are still struggling. We cannot hit the cover off the ball. We cannot do anything to fortify this offense. Like I said, our pitching has been okay, but like I said, at least our starting pitching has been okay, but you struggle to score runs. You struggle to score runs. Another game, only 1 run for the Chicago Cubs off a Matt Shaw home run. Michael Busch looks horrible. Seiya Suzuki didn't even play in this game. You know, Dansby Swanson still looks bad. I mean, like I said, I really, 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 really struggle to see the bright side of things with this team. I just do. I just really do. I just really, really, really struggle hard to see what the bright side is going to be with this team. What's it actually going to be? I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I don't know what the Cubs are going to be. I don't know what the Cubs are going to do. We would just have to see what's going to come of this team. But unfortunately, another loss. And like I said, changes have to be made, man. What do you guys think? Comment below. Let me know. Do you guys want them to start bringing up some prospects? Do you want to see maybe Moises Ballesteros come back up? Do you want to see Kevin Alcantara get a shot? Do you want to see, Owen Casey potentially, get a chance in the majors? You might as well. You ain't missing nothing right now. You need a spark somehow, some way. Speaking of sparks, somebody that got to New York and immediately fell on deaf ears in New York. It just did not work out from the start. Former Cubs pitcher in and of himself. What would you guys think if we potentially brought him back to the north side? I mean, like I said, it could work. It could not work. But like I said, it's just really up to us. Marcus Stroman is a great was a great pitcher for the Chicago Cubs. At one point, he was an ace for the Chicago Cubs. He struggled. What do you guys think about maybe taking the flyer on Marcus and seeing what he could bring as far as a pitcher? He was moved to the bullpen, did not excel in the bullpen. Do you think maybe Tommy Hotovy could pull something out of him? And it's a shame that we have to look at this. And we have to look outside of what we have going on. And like I said, it shouldn't be this way. It shouldn't be this way. I don't know. We were looking for a lift for this team. We were looking for a pick me up. We were looking for somebody to drag us out of the moments of despair. And I mean, it just isn't happening. It's crazy, man. Michael Soroka will be shut down for 7 to 10 days and then reevaluated. We'll see what happens there. Like I said, just a bunch of playoff collapses. Like I said, and I mean, it's just looking like this team is headed towards that same thing. I don't know. I mean, a season failing collapse for the Chicago Cubs team. And one thing I would like to point out is the Chicago Cubs offense has often struggled. This isn't nothing new. The offenses have struggled. We've changed hitting coaches. We've changed, first base and third base coaches. Something is wrong systematically within our system of an organization that these that these players go through such bad droughts. I mean, I get it. It's baseball. You're not always going to be hitting the cover off the ball. But at some point, you have to look at and wonder what the hell is going on that in Chicago, players just come here to die. Like, do we need to shorten the porches in or something like in here or move in a little bit on one side of the field? We have to figure something out here at Wrigley to make it just a little bit more hitter friendly, because this is just ridiculous. If I'm Kyle Tucker, I don't know that I want to resign here. I mean, this is hard. It's hard to hit here. Hard. It's ridiculous. I don't know, guys, but changes have to come. Something has to get figured out. The Chicago Cubs will go ahead and play, try to at least take one in the series at 120 against these same Reds, and they have to do it against Andrew Abbott. That's right. One of the lefty, and is one of the best pitchers on the Reds roster. I want you guys to know he is currently licking his chops. Cannot wait to see these Cubs pitchers tomorrow. I mean, these Cubs hitters tomorrow. Cubs might mess around and get swept, y'all. Cubs might mess around and get swept by the Reds. Would not shock me. Would not shock me. Something's got to change. Craig Counsell has to do something. We'll see. Appreciate y'all. Talk to you tomorrow.
Thank you for watching another episode of Chicago Cubs Central, the #1 spot for all Chicago Cubs content. Remember to like, share, subscribe for more Cubs content.